Hey, YouTube, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Here we go again. Back with Kevin Samuels. Gosh, we missed this guy, don't we? Man. Well, here we go. Strategic singlehood for women. Let's take a look.
Yes. So, how can I go ahead and put this? I just believe that Black women just end up getting hurt in the long run. And the
Hurt
situation
by,
that I've
hurt
been
by,
through,
hurt by what?
yeah, just by certain men, the wrong type of men. So end up getting the wrong type of men, and they may end up taking care of them. Like with my situation, I had a man that took care of me, but when he didn't get what he wanted, took the rug away from me. And after I had that situation, it took me a minute to go back
How old are you?
because my
How old are
I'm
you?
31. I'm 31.
Okay, no, and I'm gonna say something. Men get so tired of hearing how one man hurts you and how the rest of us have to give a shit.
And that's so important these days. That's so important. Deal with your trauma. It is not the responsibility of another man that's coming into the mix to deal with your trauma. All you're going to do in the process is just chase that man away.
Hmm.
Well,
Well, that's the thing. That's what I was.
listen. Men are fed up with hearing right, wrong, or indifferent. This guy hurt me, and it's like these are first world problems. Do you men are like, do y'all not realize that women that came before you got hurt? We get hurt, but it's like this almost is tantamount to paper cuts or splinters, and women are acting like they're having amputations.
No, I understand because my father told me in the long run, he came to me and he said, you have to let it be the past. And so, that being said, after I got myself together and did everything, I got me a high value man that
Okay,
decided going ahead and do stuff for me. But it took a minute, and I
high
just believe
value
it
man
just
to do stuff for you like what?
buy me a car, pay for my rent.
Are you married?
What?
Um,
Oh my gosh.
hopefully, one of these days, I'm hoping.
Why does a man have to do anything for you if you're not his wife?
Exactly. My sentiments exactly. What makes you think you have access to another man's resources and you're not even married to this man? Make it make sense, please.
Well, as father told me, if a man is not doing nothing for you, then is he
I know.
there?
Asked
Supposed
you. I asked you a question. Why does a man have to do anything for a woman that's not his wife? I don't. I'm not asking what your dad told
to.
you. I'm
Yeah.
asking because see what I'm hearing is a woman who thinks men owe her something because she's a female. Because what you
Hmm.
said is a man did something for you and then took it away and pulled the rug out from you. Were you his wife?
Was
Were
I
you
was
the man
actually
who hurt you?
I was engaged.
The man who hurt you?
Oh, here we go. Another one of these engagement queens. It's like they want praise for being engaged. You don't get praise for being engaged. It doesn't mean anything. You didn't get married. That's the main point. You did not get married. You don't get praise for being engaged.
I was engaged with that relationship.
I said, were you his wife?
No, I was not.
Then you don't deserve anything. He can take whatever he wants because it's legally his. See, this is what I
Well,
mean. Listen, this is you want to be married one day, then listen, because your dad's giving you some fucked up advice.
hmm
Super messed up advice.
You aren't special. You're female, just like I'm not special. I'm a guy. But so many of you women today walk around thinking that men owe you something because you were born a woman. Men don't owe
no, I don't think that I'm supposed to owe me
women.
anything.
Men don't owe women anything that aren't our wives.
But
So when
yeah,
I
I
a-
end up.
so
Can I?
when I ask you, I got a man now, and now he does stuff for me. And I ask, are you married? No. Why? Why should a
No,
man
we
do
both
anything
do
for you?
stuff for each other. If you allow me to go on
Ma'am,
ahead and
what do you
say,
buy him that what do you buy him that matches up to a car and rent?
Nothing at all.
Carl, I end up paying him his stuff back. Like
No,
when
no, no,
he
no,
end
no.
up
Paying back. What do you buy? No, no.
I mean, seriously, do you really think that this woman would allow a man to buy all of that stuff for her, a car, pay her rent, do all of this stuff, and she's gonna just one day pay him back for all of that? She sound crazy. Because we all know that that does not happen.
Paying him back does not mean you
I
buy
bought him
him.
a I have bought him a Lakers jersey.
Oh, geez,
A
thanks.
Lakers jersey and
Yeah.
you got a car.
Yeah.
And she seriously don't see nothing wrong with that.
This is the madness. This is it. She bought him a jersey. See, women like her are entitled. And they feel because they have sex with you that your bank account should be theirs. And they get used because they're not coming into relationships with good faith. Look at this, what you said. A man took his stuff away. You weren't his wife. He got tired of using his vagina and he took away his stuff. So what? If you wanted to be there, you should have married him.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
And the thing is, I mean, some of what we see these days is, I mean, a lot of women are scared to be married, you know? Which brings me to my next point. Fellas, if you're going to get married, make sure that there's a prenuptial agreement. Unfortunately, we live in a day and age where men always get the short end of the stick, and we can't reverse time. All of that time, effort, resources we put into building up a family to then have it all stripped away in an instant, which is so unfortunate. We have to do things to protect ourselves, even if it means getting a prenuptial agreement. Do not ever let someone that convince you otherwise. Get a prenuptial agreement, not an agreement that's not going to hold up in court. A legitimate, ironclad prenuptial agreement. Okay, it's so important, so important.
You couldn't make this stuff up.
Yeah.
I don't need a cookbook. I'm a PhD.
I rebuke. She's just talking.
Execute Order 66.
He rolled for that, baby. The hell he?
For those of you who don't recognize that voice, that's Dee Dee. Major shouts out to Dee Dee. Go check her out. YouTube Dee Dee. Deedee. She has really good content.
Did not, baby.
You might want to stop talking just to yourself and wait for me to bring you back in. You can't overtalk me, so that's why I had to mute you. I'll have the conversation with you, ma'am, but here's why we're at odds, okay? I'm telling you why we're at odds. You came in saying the reason why women may do stuff in regards to men is because a man in their past hurt them.
That's well, what you, that's just it'd be the same difference if something for a man too.
See, when you hear this bass coming out of my mouth, that means shut the French toast up. It doesn't mean try to.
Hey, you know he's all about that bass. You got to be quiet. Don't try to overtalk the Godfather. Come on now, he's trying to give you invaluable information to go with you so that you can live your best life with someone.
Pull your dick out and overtalk me. No, where you women think it's okay to overtalk a fucking man? You wouldn't do this in real life.
Now, and they certainly wouldn't do it to their male bosses or anything like that. But they'll come home and they'll do it to a man, their husbands. And all hell would break loose.
Now, say what you need to say, but stop over talking me. That's going to always set this off. Can we at least agree on that?
Yes.
Thank you. So, men who hurt you in the past, and that's why you may respond a certain way. You were saying.
It's okay. Can I talk now?
You were saying. Go ahead.
Okay. So with that being said, I learned from those situations and I talked to my grandmother. I talked to a lot of people who are married to try and figure out what's the deal because, my grandmother taught me, you have to bring more to the table than just your pussy. That's what she told me. So me being who I am now, I'm actually a nanny. And I'm on cleaning business, I do the motherly thing, cooking and cleaning and making sure everything's there for the man. And I try to be that feminine woman, But if that woman's trying to be that
Why does she have to try to be this woman? She should just be this woman. Why do you have to try to be this feminine woman for your man?
feminine woman, and maybe that guy is just not ready to be in a relationship.
But then she turns right around and say maybe the guy ... It's always the guy's fault.
You know,
No
and
accountability.
he just may
20
linger or
seconds.
just have her around.
20 seconds. Go ahead. 20 seconds.
But yeah, just have her around so you can go. You're more than welcome to go now.
Oh, gee, thanks.
The issue is date with intention.
Mhm.
Sounds like you date men based upon what feels good. You're in a bunch of short-term transactionary relationships and you want wife level payouts on girlfriend date level inputs.
Mhm.
That's the problem.
Okay. I can
Stop
accept
dating,
that.
close your legs, and only deal with men who are husbands if you are a wife.
But we all know she's not a wife. She's proven time and time again she's not a wife, which is unfortunate. And this is exactly why therapy is so important. Specifically, male therapists. Don't go to a typical female therapist that's going to tell you what she thinks you want to hear to earn a buck. Go to a male therapist so that the two of you could, write out a plan and a plan of action so that you can get out here and have a fighting chance.
Then if you want to be able to make demands of a man, then you need to have his last name. But until then, stay out of the dating market because apparently your expectations don't meet up with the short-term transactionary nature of the modern dating.
Mhm.
So what does that mean? You can't date. That means you got to go over and make yourself a wife and then put yourself in the vicinity of husbands and wait till you get picked. Are you prepared to do that?
So the stuff of what my grandmother taught me, who's been married for almost years, is not what a married woman is supposed to do. Is that what you're telling me?
Due respect to your grandmother,
Mhm.
your grandmother was married to your grandfather. She has
Yes.
nothing to do with dating today. I'm saying that all the men you are referring to seem to have fallen short in what you consider to be what they returned or invested. And the thing is, you won't get shit while you're a girlfriend or a woman. Just like a woman can go, women today stop talking to men like that, ghosting.
Mhm.
Now men are starting to do the same thing. What your issue is you're not in a legal committed relationship where you deserve anything.
And to piggyback off of that, we're also seeing men in droves applying for passports and leaving out of the country because we all know that women in Western culture, they're becoming increasingly unfit for a relationship, for marriage. I mean, it's getting crazy out here to the point where men are getting their passports and they're just leaving. They're not putting up with it. They're just leaving. They're gonna let you all be as single and as independent and all of that nonsense as you want, but you guys could do whatever you want, and men are leaving.
And that's why I said, what do you deserve in a dating relationship? Nothing. And due respect to your grandmama, what age did she get married?
She got married when she was
Young,
18.
yeah.
She can't tell you a mother flipping thing about dating. Nothing. Zero. Nothing your grandmother can tell you about dating. She doesn't know. Her vagina, her life, her time has been spent with one man.
Mm-hmm.
True or false?
You are.
then what does your grandmama have to do with dating?
Well, you know, you always say to end up going
The
back to
answer
your
is nothing. See, that's the problem. You should have just said nothing. But shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. The modern woman is on display, people. It doesn't
Absolutely.
matter. They can be
But so
soft spoken.
how am I
Ma'am,
selfish
because
just
you have
because?
not even acknowledged. Okay, you just should have said, my grandma can't help me. That's
But
the
that's just
answer.
I have to just I feel like that she can in certain degree.
Well,
She taught
good.
me how to cook, taught me
I,
how to
I
raise a
said
child.
regarding dating.
Yeah, but isn't that everything of what a man ends up wanting? He wants a woman who take care of the kids, be there for the kids, love the kids, make sure you stay out
You don't
home
have
mom.
any, ma'am. You don't. First of all, you're showing right now that you don't. Your grandmother's done a poor job because you're not being agreeable. You're a disagreeable woman.
And she's not doing none of what her grandma presumably supposed to have taught her. She's not doing none of that. She's just wild, out of control, bitter. It's crazy.
How? But I am agreeing.
No, you're not. I will let you go back and watch the rebroadcast and listen to the women in the comment section. I have given
Mhm.
you were checkmated on that point, but you decided to make additional rules. And that's the
Okay.
problem. Black women need to learn when they're beaten and shut the French toast up. But y'all always feel like there's another move. There's another technique. Shut up sometimes. When it's one, it's one. You're right. My grandmother got married at 18. She can tell me a lot of stuff about being in a relationship, but she can't really help me regarding dating because she did not date. That's the common sense, factual, freaking answer. And what did you say? Well, I think she can. Well, look at what it's done for you. You're in your 30s and still unmarried.
And still counting on your grandmother to try to help you, to bail you out. But your grandma obviously haven't did a good job because you're still in the same situation.
And everything you're talking about is what comes after a marriage. Doing something for the kids. Do you have children?
No, I have 0 kids.
Well, then why are you worried? Why should a man be vetting what you do for children that don't exist? And you're
But
not
isn't what
married. Why that
okay?
doesn't matter.
Well, maybe you could help me understand a little bit better because I'm willing to learn.
Well, if you're really willing to learn, at the time you should have probably booked a session. Seriously. If you were really that content on wanting to learn, I mean, I get it, you're here, but there's also his personal services that you could have signed up for as well. So,
I'm not here to go.
it's called book a session.
oh, there you go.
It's called book a session. That's not what this is.
So I'm going to leave it right there. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And until the next time, peace. I'm out.